Hey, I'm Liz, taking you through some of the things people are talking about and the stuff they're sharing around the world on Newsfeed today. Why there's World War Loo down under. Fighting today so we don't die tomorrow. Find out how much was at stake on International Women's Day in Mexico. Woody Allen's memoir is now literally a propos of nothing. And a very good doggo finds something he's not so good at in animals doing stuff. Top of our newsfeed today, coronavirus panic. Now, while the spread is concerning, there really is no need to panic. Around the world, people are hoarding medicine, hand sanitizer and face masks. But in Australia, it's all been about stockpiling one staple, toilet paper. People have been stripping shelves and brawling in supermarket aisles over loo roll. Why? Because there were fears of a shortage? Well, no one warned about a shortage. What about because experts told them to stock up? No one advised that either. So as an Australian, even I can't explain why. I'll let Esra try.
Imagine you're watching the news. You hear the latest updates on the coronavirus, how quickly it's spreading, how the death toll keeps rising, and you panic. This could be the apocalypse, and you're completely unprepared. So what do? You rush to the grocery store to stock up on toilet paper. Staple grocery items are flying off the shelves all over the world, from flour to pasta to rice and even hand sanitizers.
Ma perché ci sono gli scaffali della pasta vuoti? Ma che cosa sta succedendo? Manco quando è scoppiata la seconda guerra mondiale c'era stato un panico così.
But in Australia, the situation is a uniquely crappy one. Aussies have gone into a full-blown toilet paper panic. No one's sure why, but down under, they're going cray-cray for the dunny roll.
I just want one pack. No, not one pack.
And social media is, of course, lapping it up. The hashtags toilet paper crisis and toilet paper gate are trending across the nation. It started after new cases of the coronavirus emerged. Officials advised good practice of hygiene and stock up on goods if they felt necessary. But it seems things have got out of hand.
This absolutely broke my heart, seeing this old man grabbing tissues because there was no toilet paper left.
A local paper decided to help out, printing a special 8-page lift-out of toilet newspaper. And loo roll scalpers are doing a roaring trade, although this is probably just trolls being trolls. But up north, things went south, with police forced to taser a man during a brawl in Tamworth, New South Wales. And one Sydney customer apparently pulled a knife trying to score the last roll on the shelf. It's also raised concerns for those living in poverty. Some major supermarkets have now introduced purchase limits. Toilet tissue manufacturer Kleenex is working 24/7 to meet consumers' demand.
It's flat out, but we'll do anything for Australia. These times call for desperate measures, so we're working around the clock, and that's just how it is.
It all seems absurd, but experts say it's not unusual. Crowd psychology or herd behaviour kicks in when we see people doing something and feel like we should be doing it too, even if we don't know why.
Straight hundreds will do.
For Australians at least, it's move over gold, move over oil. At the moment, toilet paper is hot to trot.
Just cashing in the toilet paper.
Not a square to spare, come on guys. Now, staying with the coronavirus for a minute, while there are plenty of grim warnings out there, BTS has released a jaunty track called Dance Against the Virus. If your ears pricked up when I said BTS and you were hoping for a new K-pop album from the boy band, I'm really sorry. This one is by Bangkok Train Service. Facebook is temporarily banning ads for face masks to prevent people using social media to exploit concerns about the coronavirus. They'll start enforcing the ban over the next few days. Now everyone, please remember, many health officials have urged people to stop buying masks as they're not that effective in protecting the general public. But if doctors don't have enough to care for sick patients, it puts them at risk and so too the community. And the UK's biggest supermarket chain, Tesco, has begun restricting sales of some food and household items because some shoppers are stockpiling. You're no longer allowed to buy more than 5 items of antibacterials, long-life milk, dried pasta, water, children's medicine, or tinned veggies. Some other supermarkets are following suit. Now, Sunday was International Women's Day. Go girls. From the streets of New York to the slums of India, people around the world marched and called for unity. That's in places where authorities haven't banned marches, that is. Now, in Mexico, the annual demonstration has turned into something of a social uprising. This is a country where at least 10 women are murdered every day. Organisers there say they hope a 2-day protest and a national strike will be a turning point in a country disfigured by violence and machismo. Here's Adama.
The message could not be clearer. The killing has to stop. Tens of thousands of women gathered to voice their anger in the streets of Mexico cities on Sunday. It was the country's biggest ever street demonstration by women. And on Monday, women went on strike, vanishing from society by staying away from work or school. It was designed to symbolise the violent disappearance of women and to highlight the value of their work.
For this occasion, Women's International Day, I joined this demonstration to demand the government to apply the law, as is their duty.
Everybody knows which women are abused. Everyone knows where the male abuser is, where the impunity is, how they pay for freedom and silence. We need to break the chain of impunity and silence.
Around 10 women are killed every day in Mexico. In 2019, the Mexican government recorded 1,006 incidents of femicide. That's a 10% increase on the previous year. But Sunday's protests were sparked by 2 particularly brutal murders. Last month, the body of a 7-year-old girl, known only as Fatima, was found in a plastic bag in Mexico City. A post-mortem found signs of torture and sexual abuse. A few days before, 25-year-old Ingrid Escamila's mutilated body was found in her home. She was stabbed to death, allegedly, by a man she lived with. These murders were a tipping point, provoking a massive anti-femicide movement in Mexico and wider Latin America. The hashtag #NotOneMore has been used to post statistics of femicide and messages of solidarity on social media. Organisers hope the protests and strike will prove a turning point, forcing government officials and law enforcement to take action.
Let's have a look now at some other things that caught our eye on social media.
Bro, like, I'm not even playing with you. I don't even like it.
I'm so ugly.
What? Don't say that!
That is 4-year-old Ariona calling herself ugly, and the hairdresser who was having none of that negative talk and comforting and complimenting her. It's become a rallying moment across the internet to support Ariona and other black girls. Former footballer Matthew A. Cherry caught on and called out for people to draw pictures of Ariona, not forgetting her little dimples that could then be sent to her. These are some of the adorable contributions. Senator Elizabeth Warren may not have won the Democrat presidential nomination, but she now has more time to flip the switch while making a surprise cameo on Saturday Night Live. That's Kate McKinnon there, who impersonates Warren, barely keeping it together. Now, Flip the Switch is the latest TikTok challenge. Here's J-Lo and A-Rod giving it a white-hot go. One person normally dances and poses, and when the lyrics call for the switch, they switch outfits and performances. And sadly, Marnie, the doggo influencer, known for her dangling tongue and celebrity endorsements, has died. She was 18. Marnie had a massive following, 1.8 million people on Instagram who followed her journey from a down-and-out rescue pup to the poster pet for adopting older animals. She had fans from Betty White to singer Demi Lovato. R.I.P. Marnie. Woody Allen's life story has been cancelled. Yep, cancel culture has won again, and publishers have shelved his memoir, Apropos of Nothing. And it wasn't just noisy keyboard warriors who didn't want the director to tell his side of the allegations of child sexual abuse made by his own daughter. It was Allen's son and publishing staff who had the last word. Lila explains.
Author Stephen King has hit out at Hachette after the publisher decided to drop the publication of Woody Allen's memoir. Over the weekend, he tweeted,
"The Hachette decision to drop the Woody Allen book makes me very uneasy. It's not him. I don't give a damn about Mr. Allen. It's who gets muzzled next. That worries me."
Hachette's plan to release Apropos of Nothing in April was condemned by Allen's son, Ronan Farrow. Last year, Hachette published Farrow's book Catch and Kill, which was about how powerful men avoid accountability for sexual abuse. Allen's adopted daughter Dylan Farrow, who has accused him of sexually abusing her in 1992 when she was 7 years old, also slammed the publication. Allen has always denied the Farrows' accusations and has never been charged. Hachette staff also staged a walkout against the publisher's plans. But King was just one of the writers concerned that the film director's book was being dropped. Joe Glanville, editor of Index on Censorship, wrote in The Guardian over the weekend,
"I'm always afraid when a mob, however small and well-read, exercises power without any accountability, process or redress. That frightens me much more than the prospect of Woody Allen's autobiography hitting the bookstores."
The publisher has responded, saying,
"The decision to cancel Mr. Allen's book was a difficult one. We take our relationships with authors very seriously and do not cancel books lightly. We've published and will continue to publish many challenging books."
Let's go around the world now for some other stories you need to know this Monday. Carbon emissions from electricity producers fell by 2% last year. That's the biggest drop in almost 30 years as countries around the world begin to turn their backs on coal-fired power plants. But there were other factors at play, like a pretty mild winter in many countries.
Turn this primary from a campaign that's about negative attacks into one about what we're for, because we cannot get re-elected. We cannot win this re-election. We can only re-elect Donald Trump.
That wasn't quite what former US Vice President Joe Biden meant. He went on to say that only Donald Trump would win if fellow Democrat presidential hopefuls continued to turn on each other. That edited video has been viewed nearly 5 million times and was even retweeted by Donald Trump himself. Now, Twitter has slapped a manipulated media tag on the video, the first time Twitter has used the tag to denote fake media. And Pornhub, the world's biggest open access porn site, has been accused of profiting from videos of rape and sexual abuse. More than 350,000 people have signed a petition accusing it of poor practice. Many say Pornhub doesn't properly check the 6 million videos uploaded every year. And if you thought we could let a Monday come and go without an animal doing something, luckily you are wrong. This is Kratu, a very good doggo. He just doesn't happen to be very good at dog shows. The Romanian rescue brought some chaotic energy to an event in the UK. He didn't do anything he was supposed to, but top marks for personality, I say. Kratu stole the show and a poll. Newsfeed says, let a player play. And that's all from the Newsfeed team. Reach out to me with your questions, comments, complaints, suggestions at Lizzie Maddock. And you can find us 24/7 on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, and you can follow me on Twitter or Instagram. Follow, subscribe, add. We'll see you tomorrow.